Chad O'Brien here for Kaiju Pop, and we're checking out Ironcast by Dreadbit Games, published by Ripstone. This is a game with a remarkably similar aesthetic to a game we reviewed earlier, or last year, called Ironclad Tactics by Zachtronics. It's got that same steampunky look with giant mechs that you pilot in a war set in the 1800s, but that kind of setting aside, the gameplay is completely different. As you can see here, instead of messing with cards, we're in a kind of like FTL situation where we have to work over our mech. So this is the Ironcast itself, and this is the workshop that you go to between levels, and we're going to look at what you're supposed to do. So you've got all kinds of things you can do, and let me go over here, and you can see we've got things like upgrades. You can get these upgrades from defeating various enemies, but before you make a decision on that, you should check out the missions that you're gonna go. These missions will be random, so we've got a collection mission here. I hate those. You just collect boxes. And then you've got a battle mission here, regular battle, and oh, salvage. Salvage is really nice. So salvage is it allows you to get free upgrades for your unit, but there's the caveat that you can't attack the system that you're trying to collect. So you got to think about that kind of thing. Now the objectives may change from mission to mission, but the gameplay is all the same. But now that I know we're going on a salvage mission, I know that I can pick up this weapon, because it is an energy lance, and it has no splash damage. So you can see splash damage is bad because it splashes onto every system, and not just where you're targeting, and that can be bad because in a salvage mission, if you damage a system that you're trying to collect, then you fail the mission. So, speaking about all those systems, let's go and check that out. You can see other things that are available, including like upgrades. So if you've got the scrap, the gold, there you go. Actually, before systems, let me repair my Ironcast real quick. There we go. So we've got these systems. You've got two weapons, weapon 1, weapon 2. You've got your evasive drive, and then you've got your shield, which is your defense, obviously. Now, you usually want to have one projectile weapon with like multiple hits, and then one energy weapon. I'm gonna equip that new thing I got, like that, and then yeah. So you can put your Ironcast together however you want. Now up here, I've leveled up 3 times because of a mission I just finished, and you can see all these different skills you can get. These are all random. These are pulled from a different pool. So a lot of this game is based on the RNG. You are beholden to the RNG gods, and sometimes that's really cool, because you can get different abilities, and you know it's a different kind of playstyle. You can get different blueprints when you defeat certain enemies. All kinds of different things can change, but at the same time, it can also suck tremendously, because you might never get a skill that you want. You might never get a blueprint that you want. You might set up some kind of strategy that focuses on drives, your evasive drive, but you might never actually get a drive that's better than what you already have, which would obviously be terrible. So, but, you know, where that comes really into play is in the gameplay itself. We'll look at it in just a moment here, as soon as I pick out another skill. So it is pretty nice because you do have a number of skills that you can attach. You've got general augmentations that basically affect everything. You've got Ironcast abilities, which are they're based on a cooldown kind of thing. And then you've got augmentations for your actual parts. Like now I've got a weapon augmentation. But you can also get drive augmentation, shield augmentation, things like that. So let's go to the match now. Oh, wait, not the battle. Into the salvage. So, yeah. Now remember, we are not allowed to damage the part we're trying to salvage. So here you go. The artwork is very, very flat and boring to look at. And that's kind of a shame. It's also kind of weird that these robots are constantly marching towards each other, but they never meet. Now the story here is that it's a weird story, which I'll explain in just a moment. So you can see here, we've got different kinds of nodes. We've got repair nodes, those are the green. Purple is your ammo, orange is your energy, and blue is your coolant. So you can look around. What you're supposed to be doing is you match. And it's not match 3, it's just match 3 plus. And here you can see you can check out the enemy, because you want to know what to aim for. So again, we aren't allowed to damage the part in question. So instead, we're going to attack. Oh, I don't know. But you can see, you can check out what they have, so you can see how powerful they are. But the problem is, you can't attack on the first turn, which is really weird because the weapon system itself says no attacking on the first turn. But the enemy can. No problem. So that really kind of sucks. Because they can get their shields up before you ever get... Well, I mean, you know, they should be allowed to get their shields up before you get the first shot, but... I don't know. It just... I don't like it. So I got myself some ammo there. This is an overcharge node. It will power up basically any system you use it with. Make your weapons stronger, make your shield stronger, give you better evasive capabilities. So, very important. Now, like I said, the story is very weird. France apparently discovered this new energy called Voltite, and England stole some of it and wouldn't give it back, so France declared war. And then they tried to invade each other with limited success, and now France is making a full-scale invasion of England, and you're trying to repel them. But it's kind of weird because you keep talking about how France is the aggressor here, when really, you know, you stole this very, very valuable material, and there had to be repercussions for that. Anyway, now we've got energy, so I'm powering up my shields and my evasion systems, and that's pretty much all I can do. So I'm going to pass it on. So there he goes, he's powering up the shields, and there's that laser. Okay, so the shields are about mitigation, not about negation. So I've got a certain level of shields, and that will block a certain amount of damage from each shot. So shields do very well to prevent damage from things that hit you a lot, like rapid fire guns, because those do lots of little damage, and each one of those shots is mitigated. But powerful shots doesn't matter. So you can see I'm targeting the drive now because I want him to stop moving so he can't evade any of my shots. Now the nice thing is you can shoot in the game and then get more ammo and then shoot again. There's no problem with that. In case you're wondering, the yellow is scrap, so that gives you more money at the end of the mission. So his movement has stopped now. I still can't attack the shield because that's the special unit. So instead I'm gonna look at his weapons and make a choice. Really? So let's go for that one. Now, like I said, RNG can be helpful, or it can, really screw you over. One of the most important things in the game is coolant, the blue things, because weapons and your evasive drive and your shields, every one of your systems uses coolant to a certain degree. Now, there's a lot of repair, and I'm gonna try to get as much out as possible. Now, like I said, it's a matching game in the vein of like Puzzle Quest, but at the same time, you don't have to worry about giving your opponent like a strong hand, because as you can probably see, like, they don't use your board, they're using some kind of off-screen board, or they just get random resources handed to them. Now you can check your own systems like this, see how they're doing. So again, ammo basically allows you to fire, energy allows you to get your evasion and shields up. Coolant is used to allow you to run your systems, and then, ouch, that wasn't good. And then he destroyed my shields, so now I actually need repair. So this is a link node, so it allows you to link multiple colors together, but there's not really a good opportunity to use it since I could only get one extra slot here. You want to use it with full chains if at all possible. So we have our repair nodes, and we're gonna put our shields back up because we need those shields. But unfortunately there's like no energy on the field, so now what I can do is use my ability here to get rid of all this scrap. It collects it all, but it doesn't count as a match, so that's really nice. And I need a lot of coolant, and I use that link node to get some more ammo. So there you go. That was a much more efficient use of a link node. And now I have my shield, but I still have like very little energy. So unfortunately I can't even get this overcharge node because there's only one slot. Although I suppose I could run the repair through it, but I don't really want to. So gave myself some shields. I'm gonna fire. He's still moving, and we're gonna knock out his movement system again. And he's about to die anyway, so we basically got this in the bag. If I could get a little bit more ammo, I'd be able to take him out right now, but unfortunately I can't, because like I said, you need at least 3. So I'm just gonna raise my shields and give him like one last shot at me. And I don't know what he did. He must not have had a good hand. So the RNG sometimes favors you. And sometimes it doesn't. I have had several runs destroyed by a bad RNG. And the thing about this game is there is permadeath. So if you die in a campaign, you have to start all the way over back at mission 1. And there are 8 missions before the first boss. So kind of sucks in that. Like, one bad play from an RNG and you can lose everything. But what we're going to do... Oh, I leveled up. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and look at what happens if you die. Now also, if you quit your campaign in the middle of a mission, it will count as a game over. And all the accumulated experience you get becomes commendation marks. There are commendation marks on the grid itself too, but let's go over now to the start menu. So here we are. at the start menu. When you fail a campaign or something like that, you can go to the Commendation Exchange. And this is where you can unlock new commanders who have different skills. Like this guy upgrades your projectile weapons, so I'll go ahead and get him. And then there are other things, so you can get new Ironcasts, you can get some augmentations and abilities. You don't just get them, they're entered into the pool that you can possibly get. And then you get these boosts. So in a way it's kind of like Rogue Legacy or Crypt of the Necrodancer. And that's basically it. So for more information, go to kaijupop.com or follow us on Twitter at kaijupop. And this has been a look at Ironcast. So thank you for watching, like and subscribe, and you have a good day. So goodbye.